Hello and welcome to 2-Minute Catholic. Our question for today is, I've forgotten how to pray. It feels awkward or like I'm talking to myself. Do you have any tips? All right, welcome to the club. Prayer is a tricky one to poke at in just 2 minutes. We'll probably fail to keep it under 2 minutes, but let's give it a shot anyway. My first and biggest suggestion is this: to expand your notion of prayer. Prayer is not just sitting and talking to God. Prayer is more broadly our relationship with God. How do we invite God into our day and notice His presence? Prayer is any time that we live life in such a manner that we see ourselves doing it in the context of something greater than ourselves, with the sense that we're not alone, that you and I are one, and that we are all connected to a source, a power, a wisdom greater, much greater than ourselves, that we're living with that purpose and as part of a purpose greater than just ourselves. Now, I know that might sound super nebulous, but I want to encourage us to see all of that and more as prayer. Because I think the biggest obstacle to a great prayer life comes when we limit our conception of what counts as prayer. Maybe it's hard for you to sit and talk to God. That's okay. I'd say do it anyway. There's a great grace to be found in that silence and in that intention. And maybe another time we can talk more specifically about possible ways to do that sort of formal prayer. But don't think that that's the only thing that counts as prayer. All of our life can be prayer if we invite God into it. The biggest obstacle to the experience of prayer, to the experience of God in our lives, is thinking that what we're thinking about, what we're saying, what we're doing, doesn't count, that God's not in that. If it's leading us to love, to service, to other-centeredness, to humility, or to joy, there's something of God in that moment. And all of those things are augmented that much more when we think of those moments as prayer, as connection with God. So I guess what I'm saying is, give yourself a break. Expand your notion of prayer. All of our lives can be prayer. We can connect with God anytime. And I'm reminded of the story of the fish who says, "Mom, I've heard of this thing called the ocean. I've heard it's amazing. I want to go see it. I've never seen it before." And the mother says, "Silly fishy, you're in the ocean right now." And the little fish says, "No, I know what this is. This is water. I want to see the ocean." Friends, we're living in that ocean all of the time. We are immersed in God each day. If only we have the eyes to see it. Things around us don't have to change for us to find God, but when the eyes of our heart change, everything changes. And we see what was there all along. We see God's presence in our lives each day. And each day can be prayer in that way. All right, that was not under 2 minutes. Again, one of these days, but thanks for watching anyway. We'll see you next time.